They say you never forget your first partner. For me, it wasn't a person. It was a four-legged, tail-wagging German shepherd named Echo. He wasn't just a K-9. He was my shadow, my shield, and on one particular day, he became a guardian angel for someone who never expected to need one. It all started the summer after I turned 40. I was assigned to the Ridgefield Police Department's K-9 unit after transferring in from traffic patrol. I wasn't exactly thrilled. I'd never worked with dogs before. To be honest, I wasn't even a dog person. But when I met Echo, that changed. He was barely 2 years old, sharp as a tack, muscles rippling under thick black and tan fur. His eyes watched everything. He didn't bark unless he had something to say. We trained hard for 6 months, learning each other's movements, signals, and breath. We bonded in silence, through early dawn runs and obstacle course drills. But nothing in training prepares you for a real emergency. Ridgefield was the kind of town where people left their front doors unlocked and still waved at strangers. But that summer, we'd had a string of strange break-ins. No pattern, no suspects, just elderly residents finding their homes mysteriously rummaged through while they were out buying groceries or sitting at church. That I remember being briefed on the 8th incident in the morning. Chief Barnes furrowed his brow and said, "One of these days, someone's going to be home during one of these, and then we'll have a real problem." That problem came sooner than we thought. It was a Tuesday, late afternoon. Echo and I had just finished a school demonstration. Kids had cheered as Echo sniffed out a planted backpack. He wagged his tail and let them pet him, ever the gentle giant in uniform. That's when the radio crackled. Unit 14, possible home invasion in progress. Elderly resident believed to be inside. 1427, Maple Grove Road. Caller lost contact mid-conversation. No backup yet on scene. I grabbed the mic, Unit 14 en route. K-9 unit responding. Echo shifted beside me, alert. He could feel it. The air in the cruiser changed. No more smiles. Just business. Ellie Sanders was 78. Widowed. Lived alone with her calico cat, Muffin, known for her chocolate chip cookies and front porch swing. She called her neighbor, Mr. Delaney, around 4 p.m. Told him she heard someone in her basement. The call dropped up by the time we arrived. The sun was dipping low. Her house looked untouched. No broken windows. No signs of forced entry. Echo, search. I commanded. He sniffed the air and headed straight for the back door. It was slightly ajar. I drew my weapon and followed. Echo went in first. We cleared the kitchen. Nothing. Living room, empty. But when Echo reached the basement door, he growled low and deep. Someone was down there. Basements are tricky. One way in, one way out. Echo paused at the top of the steps, ears high. I flicked on my flashlight and motioned him forward. We descended slowly. The air was damp, musty. Then I heard it, a muffled voice. A woman's. "Please, let me go." I froze. Echo surged ahead, disappearing into the shadows. That's when I heard the scuffle. Echo. Hold. His bark echoed through the basement. I sprinted down the last steps and rounded the corner. There she was, Grandma Ellie, tied to a chair, tears streaming down her face. And next to her, Echo had pinned a man to the ground, teeth bared but not biting, just holding. The man screamed, "Call him off." I cuffed him in seconds. Paramedics checked Ellie over. No serious injuries. Just a bruise on her arm and one hell of a fright. Turns out the man, Jeffrey Miles, was responsible for all the break-ins. He watched routines, waited for empty houses. But that day, Ellie had skipped her usual church visit because of a sore knee. Miles had no idea she was home until it was too late. She'd confronted him with a kitchen knife. He overpowered her and tied her up. If not for Echo's nose and training, we might not have gotten there in time. The next day, the town paper ran the story. K-9 hero saves local grandmother. Ellie insisted on baking a fresh batch of cookies for Echo. She brought them to the station herself. Even made him a dog-safe version with peanut butter and oats. "He saved my life," she said, stroking his fur. "I don't know how I'll ever repay you both." "You already have," I said. She kept visiting every week after that. Sometimes just to sit on the bench outside and watch Echo train. He'd always wag. When he saw her point 3 years later, Echo retired. He came home with me, of course. No way I was letting anyone else take care of him. He'd earned every nap on the couch, every belly rub, every lazy afternoon in the sun. Ellie was there at his retirement ceremony. She cried harder than anyone. called him her guardian angel in fur. We kept visiting her. Even as her knees got worse and her steps slowed, Echo would nuzzle her gently, like he remembered that day as clearly as I did. Maybe he did. Echo passed peacefully at age 10. In his sleep. At home, I buried him under the oak tree in our backyard with full honors. His vest, his badge, and a photo of him and Ellie. The town planted a tree in his honor at the station. And Ellie? She's 84 now. Still kicking. Still baking. She says she feels safer just knowing Echo once walked her halls. That I tell people about him all the time, especially the new recruits, because Echo wasn't just a dog. He was a hero, a partner, a friend, and for one scared grandmother, he was everything.